What's up, y'all? It's HoopSpark here, back with another video. I hope that everybody had an excellent All-Star break. I know that I did. I had fun watching Jokic in the All-Star game, even though he really didn't do much at all. The All-Star break, definitely wasn't great. The game itself was terrible, but the three-point contest was pretty exciting in my opinion, and the dunk contest was great. A lot better than it's been in the past couple of years. So, with all that being out of the way and us getting back into the regular season, let's get back into the swing of things with a video covering the 3 Nuggets games that have happened since the break. So let's start with the first game back, Nuggets Cavs in Cleveland. The final score of this game was 115-109 Denver, and a few notables: Jokic, triple-double with 18 boards, 13 assists, and 24 points. Typical Jokic game, just playing absolutely dominant basketball. Breeding for others, as every starter had at least 10 points, and Vlatko started. We had Porter with 25, KCP had 17, Murray had 16 in his first game back from that knee injury. Reggie Jackson had an alright game in his first showing as a Nugget. He had 7, 4, and 2, and he nailed a three-quarter court shot in this game. Really exciting. One thing that I did want to bring up that's not as positive about this game is I'm not exactly sure how we would rotate people around to let this happen, but Christian Braun not getting that many minutes really sucks. It upsets me. And I think that as we get further into the week, you'll see that he's been getting more minutes as AG got back healthy. Actually, he didn't. So it has been, that's been the one negative that I would say has really come out of the All-Star break, is that Christian Braun is not getting as many minutes. And I love that kid. I think he needs as many minutes as he can get so that, he can develop. Moving on to the Cavs. We had Mobley leading all scorers in that game with 31 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist. I love watching Mobley play. He has a future as one of the best rim protectors in the league, if not the best. He is just so long, kind of freaky fast for how long he is. And man, if he can extend his range a little bit, he will be terrifying. We also had Garland put up a pretty decent 22, 1, and 5, and Mitchell put up 22, 3, and 3. Jared Allen had 14 and 13. Other than that, the Cavs had a really hard time putting it together offensively. And that's really shown in their three-point percentage. They went 6 for 26, shot 23% today, as the Nuggets went 17 for 36, shooting 47%. Looking at other team stats, the Nuggets had 47 total rebounds to the Cavs total 41, and 18 offensive to the Cavs 13, which is really nice to see. Love getting more boards than the other team, and I also love that we out defensively rebounded them as well as out offensively rebounding. I think that defensive rebounds are just a little more important, but love getting second chances for whenever we need those. Denver did lose the turnover battle today, 16-10. Not something that you love to see, but the Cavs defense is the best in the league, so it was going to be hard to win the turnover battle there. The Nuggets really dominated this one from outside the paint, as they only scored 38 in the paint today. The Cavs scored 68. The Nuggets jump shot was just balling. And some of my major takeaways from this game would be that the Nuggets were just outplaying one of the best teams in the East, which is something that they're going to need to do at the end of this year if they want to win the championship. They're going to have to outplay a team from the East, which they've done a few times this year. And it's a really good sign, in my opinion, of, how it will go if they happen to make the championship. All right, let's move on to the second game of the week, and the most disappointing one, in my opinion, Nuggets Grizzlies. The final score of this game was 94-112 Grizzlies. And this game just made me sad. I wanted to see the Nuggets win so bad. I mean, if they won this game, first seed would have been pretty much a lock in the West. Now, they're going to have to win I believe they play the Grizzlies again on Friday, so they'll have to win on Friday, and yeah, they will have to win on Friday to maintain first seed. Really nothing notable to talk about from the Nuggets side of this game. It was just ugly. I mean, I was saying how in the Cavs game, their shots were just falling. In this game, their shots were just not. They shot 11 for 37 from 3, 29%, and then 40% from the field. And they also lost the turnover battle, 15-12. Just terrible basketball. Got out-rebounded. Like, they did almost nothing better than the Grizzlies, except for blocks, which they had one more. Ja just completely ate on us, and it felt terrible. He had 23, 7, and 4. I'm telling you, this team is not one that you can sleep against. They're second in the West for a reason. And while, in my opinion, the Nuggets are kind of in a different league from the Grizzlies, you still can't not show up and expect to win. They are a very good team. I did see more minutes for Christian Braun in this game, which was nice. He picked up 11, 4, and 2 off of 21 minutes. I like to see that. However, he did not play the next day, so I really want him to get a solid rotation spot. Maybe not even like playoff rotation. I just want to see him play more in the regular season. I guess, the most notable thing you can say about the Nuggets is Jokic put up 15 and 13 and 3. I think 3 might be his season low of assists, honestly. It might. Jeff Green came off the bench with 12. Like to see Jeff scoring, because, man, when he is, and the rest of the team is clicking too, I mean, it is just almost impossible to beat that team. But yeah, I am sort of trying to glaze over this one because it is making me really upset talking about this game. So let's just get through the Grizzlies side of the team stats and get the hell out of here. The Grizzlies shot 47.5% from the field, 45 of 95, and then 15 of 44 from 3, which is good for 34%. So not the best shooting night for them, but, better than the Nuggets. Enough for them to pull out a win. They out-rebounded the Nuggets by 2 and out-assisted us by 3. I will say, though, the fact that, on a game where we didn't show up and they sort of took advantage, it's not like it was a massive blowout. It was about 18 points. So, I believe that, we catch the Grizzlies in the playoffs. I'm feeling pretty confident. Pretty confident that we can beat those guys in at least 5 or 6, maybe even 4, if the boys are really clicking. All right, let us move on to the last game of the week. So the final game of this week was the Clippers Nuggets. This game ended up going into overtime, and the final score was 134-124 Denver Nuggets. Great game. I love playing the Clippers because we just always find a way to beat them, and I love beating these guys, especially now that they have Bones on the team. Love beating the Clippers. In their losing effort, Kawhi put up 33, 6, and 2. Paul George had 23, 4, and 4. Westbrook had a pretty decent 17, 5, and 4. And then they had Bones coming off the bench with 10, 2, and 2. I want to talk a little bit about Bones. I think that kid has a lot to figure out before he is mature enough to be a real piece in this league. He left Denver because he wanted a bigger role. And, there was stuff on both sides, but Bones wanted a bigger role. And it's not like he has, say over where he gets traded to, but he ends up going to the Clippers, where it's like he plays one game as a sixth man, and then they pick up Russ. So he's barely playing anymore. It's like, dude, you would have had a much bigger role on the Nuggets if you would have just bought in. I used to love that guy. I love that guy less and less every single day. Pretty inefficient night from him, so I kind of like to see that. And Jamal Murray also hit a couple deep threes, like in his face. And that was pretty nasty. So, moving on to the Nuggets. We had Porter with 29 points and 11 boards. We had Jokic putting up a 40-point triple-double with 40 points, 17 boards, 10 assists. Murray had a double-double with 21 points, 5 boards, and 12 assists. Bruce Brown had a pretty damn good game off the bench with 13, 7, and 2. I love him. I think that he is just, such a great glue guy for this team. As well as Aaron Gordon, who didn't have his best game, but it was his first game back in 3 weeks. He had 6, 6, and 6. Solid. So let's move on to the team stats here. The Clippers shot 44 for 90, about 49%, and then they shot 11 for 34 from 3, so 32-ish%. And the Nuggets responded 49 for 96, so 51% from the field, and 33.3% from 3, 13 for 39. The Nuggets were all over the boards today, which was a huge reason why they won. 12 more rebounds than the Clippers, 50-38, and 5 more offensive than the Clippers, 11-6. The Nuggets were also just passing the ball exceptionally well today, like they do in most wins. They had 35 assists to the Clippers' 24, and only lost the turnover battle by 2. They also just completely, I think that when they put up a ton of points in the paint, it is just really hard to beat this team, because at that point they're really scoring on 3 levels, and it's just, there's always something open. So yeah, they had 62 points in the paint to the Clippers' 46. And yeah, that just about covers the team stats for that game. All I will say is that this was just such a big win, especially coming off of a massive loss to the Grizzlies the night before. I thought that they would honestly come out flat because, it's it's the second day of a back-to-back, which they never really do well in, and it's against the Clippers, who are, a good team that just got better, but we own them. I'm telling you, we own the Clippers. I want to see them in a playoff series. So I think that just about covers everything that I wanted to cover from this week. Looking forward to this next week and really the rest of the year. There are a few games here and there, like Sixers, Suns, Warriors, Suns again, Kings to end the year, that are going to be difficult games. Every game's going to be difficult, but other than that, they play the Raptors twice, the Rockets twice, they play the Jazz, they play the Wizards, they play the Nets twice, they play the Pistons. So, they've got some really easy games coming up, and it should be, pretty generally easy to, I'd say, get to about 55, if not more, wins this season and end with the first seed. I am fully expecting this team to end with the first seed. If they don't, something went wrong. Thank you guys so much for watching this far. If you have, I know that this video was a little bit longer, but we had 3, pretty telling games to get through. So yeah, thank you guys again for watching. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you're notified whenever I upload, because it's not really consistent. It's just about once a week. And yeah, go ahead and like the video if you did. I will see you guys later. Go ahead and follow my Twitter and Instagram in the screen coming up now. See you guys.